Have you ever woken up and thought, I slept, so why do I still feel drained? You pour that first cup of coffee. You move around. Maybe you check the news, but there's this weight behind your eyes and a heaviness in your body that wasn't there 20 years ago. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. After 60, sleep can feel trickier. Hormones shift, aches and pains get louder at night, and the body can become more sensitive to light, caffeine, and even the timing of your dinner. But here's the good news. Most of what's stealing your energy is fixable, and a few small tweaks tonight can make tomorrow feel lighter. We're talking about 7 common sleep mistakes that quietly chip away at your energy. Not scary stuff. Not burn your mattress and start over. Just everyday habits that don't play well with a wiser body. I want you to imagine how your day would feel if you woke up with steady energy, not perfect, but steady, like you could handle what you want to do, not just what you have to do. That starts with giving your sleep a little structure. And the first thing that matters more than most people realize is your schedule. A lot of us think sleep is about hours, but your body cares even more about rhythm. Going to bed at 10 one night, midnight the next, and 11:30 after that might have worked fine when you're juggling kids, jobs, and late-night TV. After 60, your internal clock appreciates a regular beat. It's like a favorite song, you know, when it speeds up or slows down and it throws you off. When bedtime changes every night, your body doesn't know when to start making melatonin, that sleepy signal. So even if you're in bed for 8 hours, the quality can drop and you wake up feeling like you got the diet version of sleep. Here's how to fix it without feeling like you're joining the military. Pick a wake-up time you can live with every day, including weekends. Yes, that sounds strict, but this is your anchor. If you're used to rising at 7 some days and 9 others, choose something in the middle and stick with it. The magic part is that your brain starts preparing for sleep earlier when it knows exactly when the day will start. If bedtime's been all over the place, don't force yourself into bed at a set time right away. Instead, use your wake-up time and a gentle wind down to guide you there. If you're not sleepy yet, read with a soft lamp or listen to calming music until you feel your eyes naturally droop. Over a few nights, your body will catch on. If naps are your thing, we'll talk more about how to keep them from stealing your night's sleep. But for now, just notice if you nap late in the day and then struggle to fall asleep at a reasonable hour. That can be a clue. And if you wake during the night, try not to linger in bed frustrated. If you've been awake for what feels like 20 minutes, get up, keep the lights low, and do something relaxing until you're sleepy again. You're retraining your brain to connect your bed with sleep, not worry or scrolling or frustration. That one change, using your wake-up time as your anchor, can be a turning point as early as this week. The second mistake is sneaky because it doesn't feel like a mistake at all. The light in your life. Our bodies are wired to follow the sun. After 60, your eyes let less light in, which means your brain sometimes doesn't get strong enough daytime, it's morning signal. Then in the evening, bright lights and screens shout, it's still daytime when it's not. That mismatch can leave you tossing and turning, or waking at 3 a.m. feeling strangely alert. You can flip that script tonight. In the morning, get light in your eyes. Natural daylight is best. Even if it's cloudy, step outside for 10 to 20 minutes, or sit by a bright window while you sip your coffee or tea. If getting outside is tough, turn on a few more lights earlier in the day to mimic brightness. That daytime brightness raises your energy and nudges your internal clock to make melatonin sooner at night. Then, as evening rolls in, do the opposite. Think sunset mode. Around 2 hours before bed, dim lamps, switch off overhead lights if you can, and let your home get a little cozier. If you use a tablet or phone, turn on the warm, nighttime color settings. A simple table lamp with a warm bulb can make a bigger difference than you'd expect. If you like TV in the evening, sit a bit farther back and lower the brightness. You don't have to live in the dark. You're just letting your body hear the whisper that night is coming. That whisper becomes a habit, and habits are what make sleep steady. While we're on the topic of the bedroom, think about what it looks and feels like right before you fall asleep. Is your clock blazing the time at you? Turn it away, or put a small piece of tape over the numbers. Constantly checking the time at 2 a.m. is like poking your worry button. Is a room warm? Most people sleep better when a room is on the cooler side. Cool enough to use a light blanket without feeling chilly. And if you share a bed, separate blankets can end the nightly tug of war and reduce those micro wake-ups you don't even remember in the morning, but absolutely feel in your energy. Now, the third mistake might be the one you feel every single night, the bathroom parade. Frequent trips to the bathroom are so common after 60 that many people accept them as normal. They're common, yes, but there's a lot you can do to reduce them. Sometimes it's not even how much you drink. It's if your main fluids happen in the evening, you're basically watering the garden right before a storm. Try shifting your fluids earlier in the day. Front load your water in the morning and early afternoon. Then set a gentle last call about 2 to 3 hours before bed. You don't have to be strict. Just be mindful. If you take a diuretic, ask your doctor if it's okay to move it to earlier in the day so the effect doesn't hit overnight. If your legs tend to swell by evening, that fluid can rebound into your system when you lie down and make your bladder fill. A simple fix is to elevate your legs for 30 to 60 minutes in the late afternoon, letting that fluid move earlier. Some people find light compression socks during the day help too, especially if they sit for long stretches. Pay attention to salt at dinner. A salty meal pulls water into your system and can lead to more bathroom trips later. Choose a lighter, less salty dinner and see how your night changes. Caffeine and alcohol matter here as well. Caffeine sticks around longer as we get older, and alcohol might make you drowsy, but it splinters your sleep and wakes you up to pee. If sleep is precious to you, consider making caffeine a morning-only friend and saving wine or cocktails for special occasions, earlier in the evening and not every night. And here's a small but mighty trick. Go twice before bed. Use the bathroom. Finish getting ready. Then go once more. It sounds silly, but it can give you a longer first stretch of sleep. Safety counts, too. Keep a soft night light on the path to the bathroom, just enough to see without blasting your eyes awake. Place it low and warm-toned rather than harsh and bright. Clear any clutter that could trip you. Feeling safe lowers the stress that can keep your brain on high alert at night. When you put these three pieces together, a steady wake time, brighter days and softer nights, and smarter evening fluids, you give your body a clear map. Sleep stops being a guessing game and starts to feel like a familiar routine your brain knows how to follow. You don't have to be perfect. Aim for better than yesterday. If you miss a day, just pick it up again the next night. Your body remembers. And if you've ever nodded off in a recliner after dinner and then wondered why you're wide awake at 2 in the morning, there's a simple reason for that. And it's one more place where a small tweak can return a lot of your lost energy. That drowsy dip after dinner can feel so inviting, but here's what's really happening. Your body builds up a natural sleep pressure during the day, like a balloon slowly filling. When you nod off in a recliner for 20, 30, 60 minutes, you let the air out of that balloon. Then you climb into bed and your brain says, "Sorry, we already slept." Or you do fall asleep, but because that evening doze took the edge off, Your sleep is lighter, and you pop awake at 2 or 3 in the morning, eyes wide, wondering what you did wrong. It's not your willpower. It's simple timing. You don't have to give up comfort to fix this. Treat that after-dinner drowsiness like a yellow light, not a green one. If you feel your eyes getting heavy, get up and change your posture. Rinse a few dishes. Step onto the porch for a breath of cool air. Fold a towel, or do a gentle lap around the living room. Turn up the lights a notch for 15 minutes. If you love TV in the evening, sit with a small hand project, knitting, a puzzle book, even a stress ball, so you stay just engaged enough to avoid drifting off. And if you really do need a nap, make it a planned one early in the day. A short, intentional rest before 3 p.m., something like 10 to 20 minutes, can give you a boost without stealing from your night. Set a timer, nap in a chair instead of your bed, and end it even if you want a few more minutes. That discipline pays you back when your head hits the pillow later. On the days when you accidentally doze after dinner, don't panic. You can still salvage your night. Keep your wake-up time the same the next morning. Yes, you might feel a bit sleepy that first day, but that consistency teaches your body when sleep should happen. In the evening, add a little movement after your nap. Tidy the kitchen, walk the hallway, or do 5 minutes of easy stretching. Think of it as shaking off that mini sleep. And remember, comfort matters. If the recliner is your personal lullaby at 7 p.m., switch to a straighter chair or sit at the table for a bit. Small changes tip the balance. Another quiet culprit that robs energy after 60 is late, heavy eating. When dinner sneaks later and portions get a bit bigger, your stomach keeps working when the rest of you wants to wind down. For many people, that means heartburn, a sour taste, or a cough that wakes you just as you're drifting off. Even if you don't feel obvious reflux, digestion can stay active enough to fragment sleep and leave you groggy. The fix isn't deprivation. It's timing and gentleness. Try to finish dinner 2 to 3 hours before bed. If that sounds impossible because of your schedule, shift what you can. Make lunch the heartier meal when possible. Then keep dinner lighter. Think simple proteins like fish, chicken, eggs, or beans paired with cooked vegetables and a small serving of a whole grain. Warm foods tend to settle better than cold, and cooked produce is often kinder at night than a big raw salad. If spicy, fatty, or acidic foods give you trouble, things like tomato sauce, citrus, chocolate, peppermint, onions, and fried dishes, keep them for earlier in the day. A lot of people are surprised to learn that peppermint tea can actually relax a valve at the top of your stomach and bring on reflux. In the evening, chamomile, ginger, or just warm water with a slice of peeled ginger can be gentler options. If you deal with reflux, a small change in position can help a lot. Elevate the head of your bed by about 6 inches with sturdy blocks, or use a wedge pillow that lifts your torso, not just your head. Extra pillows under your head alone can fold your neck and make things worse. What you want is a gentle slope from your waist to your shoulders. Try to finish drinks earlier too, especially carbonated ones that can increase pressure and burping. And if you're managing blood sugar or take medications that require food, a light bedtime snack can actually be a good idea. Something like a few crackers with a smear of peanut butter or a small bowl of oatmeal, enough to keep your levels steady without bogging down your stomach. If you're changing medication timing or wrestling with frequent reflux, it's always smart to check in with your healthcare provider for personalized guidance. Even with the right timing for food, many of us try to dive into bed from a busy, bright, buzzing evening and expect instant sleep. That's like slamming on the brakes while you're still on the highway. After 60, your brain benefits from a predictable wind down, a little ritual that says, "We're off duty now." If you think of bedtime as a destination, Your wind down is a gentle road that gets you there without the bumps. Start about 30 to 60 minutes before you want to sleep. Keep the lights low and choose 2 or 3 calming activities you genuinely enjoy. It could be washing your face and applying a soothing lotion, putting on cozy socks, sitting with a real book under a warm lamp, or listening to music that brings your shoulders down. Some people love a warm shower or a brief soak for their feet. That warmth helps draw heat to the skin and can cool your core temperature afterward, which nudges sleep along. Gentle stretches are magic for a fussy back or hips. Try rolling your shoulders, making slow ankle circles, or lying on the bed and hugging your knees gently toward your chest. If balance is tricky, do seated stretches. If your mind starts listing tomorrow's tasks the minute your head hits the pillow, give it a place to put them before you get there. Keep a small notepad by your chair and write down anything you don't want to forget. Tell yourself, it's safe here. I'll see you in the morning. That simple act can quiet the mental chatter. For breathing, think slow and soft instead of complex counts. Try exhaling a little longer than you inhale. Maybe a gentle inhale for 4, slow exhale for 6. Do that for a minute or 2 and notice your shoulders dropping. If you like guided relaxation, there are free audio tracks with calm voices that walk you through relaxing each muscle from your toes to your head. Keep the screen out of sight. Hit play, then set the phone face down. If you share your home, invite your partner into this routine. When both of you dim lights and move a little slower, it reinforces a signal. If one of you loves late-night news or intense shows, consider saving them for earlier and end the evening with something lighter. Emotional tone matters. Your brain carries that last mood to bed like a scent on your sweater. A gentle comedy, a few pages of a favorite novel, or a quiet hobby leaves a softer imprint than a cliffhanger or breaking news report. You might wonder how long it takes for these changes to start working. The honest answer is that you'll probably feel tiny wins right away, falling asleep a bit faster, waking a little less often, and the bigger wins build over a couple weeks as your body learns a new rhythm. Be patient with yourself. If a night goes off the rails, treat it like a pothole, not a roadblock. Get up at your chosen time, get some morning light, and step back into your routine. The days are what fix the nights. There's another piece that often gets overlooked, and it makes all the difference to your energy. How your body feels in bed. A nagging hip, a stiff back, restless legs that seem to have their own agenda. Comfort isn't a luxury here. It's a foundation of deep, restorative sleep. Comfort is not just softness, it's alignment. If your neck bends like a question mark or your lower back is hanging in midair, your body will keep nudging you awake to fix it. You don't need a whole new bedroom to test this. Lie on your side and slide a pillow between your knees so your top leg doesn't roll forward, and twist your hips. If you sleep on your back, a small pillow or folded blanket under your knees can ease pressure on your spine. For your neck, try a rolled towel tucked into your pillowcase right under the curve of your neck. Adjust the thickness until your head feels supported without tilting up or down. Spend a few minutes finding that sweet spot before the lights go out. If your mattress is older and a bit saggy, you can experiment by placing a firm blanket or a thin topper to even it out while you decide on a longer-term plan. And pay attention to temperature. Warm feet and a cool room are a good combination. If your toes are always cold, wear soft socks. If you run hot, choose breathable cotton or bamboo sheets and a lighter blanket you can pull on and off without a wrestling match. Pain needs kindness, not force. If your hips, shoulders, or back start complaining the minute you get still, add a little movement earlier in the evening. 5 to 10 minutes of gentle stretching, nothing heroic, can make it much easier to settle later. Think slow neck turns, shoulder rolls, ankle circles, and bringing one knee at a time toward your chest while lying down. A warm pack on a stiff area for 10 to 15 minutes before bed can calm overactive nerves. If you use pain medication, talk with your healthcare provider about timing, so the peak relief covers your first part of the night when deep sleep happens. Sometimes a topical option, like a gel for joints, does the trick without making you groggy. And if arthritis wakes you in the second half of the night, a simple routine, sip of water, a minute of gentle movement, then right back to bed, works better than lying there bracing against it. Those jumpy, itchy, can't keep them still legs many people describe at night have a name, and you're not imagining it. Restless leg symptoms tend to flare in the evening and can pull you right out of sleep. You can do a few things at home that often help. Keep caffeine earlier in the day. Add a short walk or some calf stretches in the late afternoon. Massage your calves with a bit of lotion and try a warm foot soak before bed. If it keeps happening, bring it up with your doctor and ask about checking your iron stores, specifically ferritin. Low iron can make restless legs worse, and treating it, when appropriate, can be a game changer. There are also medications that can aggravate those sensations, and your provider can help you navigate options without you having to tough it out. Another big one that often hides in plain sight is snoring paired with waking unrefreshed. If someone has told you that you snore loudly, stop breathing for moments, or gasp in the night, or if you wake with a dry mouth and morning headaches, it might be sleep apnea. It's very common after 60, and it doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. It simply means your airway relaxes too much when you sleep and your oxygen dips. That fragments your sleep and drains your daytime energy. The fix isn't guesswork anymore. A simple conversation with your doctor can lead to a home sleep test, and treatments like a CPAP machine or a comfortable dental device can transform the way you feel. People are often surprised by how quickly their morning energy rises when their breathing is steady at night. Small steps help here. 2. Sleeping on your side, elevating the head of the bed a few inches, and avoiding alcohol near bedtime can reduce snoring and make your night smoother. Medications deserve a quick look as well, because some common ones push against sleep. Decongestants, certain antidepressants, steroids, and even some over-the-counter stay-awake pain relievers can be stimulating if taken late in the day. On the flip side, a diuretic too late can send you on those nighttime bathroom trips we talked about. Never change or stop a medication on your own, but it's absolutely okay to ask your pharmacist or doctor if the timing can be adjusted so your nights are quieter. Bring a simple list of what you take and when, and ask, is there a better schedule for sleep? Daytime movement is your friend here. Good sleep at night is built in the daylight hours. Think of activity as adding coins to your sleep bank. You don't need a gym or special equipment. A morning walk, a few light chores, or a gentle class you enjoy, Tai Chi, water aerobics, or chair yoga, helps your body collect that natural sleep pressure we talked about. If you sit a lot, stand up once an hour and move for a minute or two. These tiny breaks add up. Try to keep vigorous exercise a few hours away from bedtime so your heart has time to settle. In the evening, a calmer rhythm serves you better. Stretches, a warm shower, soft music. Noise and light at night can be sneaky energy thieves. 2. If a neighbor's car, a pet's restless paws, or a ticking clock keeps grabbing your attention, set your environment up to be on your side. A small fan or a white noise machine can mask bumps and chirps without being loud. Blackout curtains or a simple eye mask can turn a bright street into a cozy cave. Aim for just enough light to feel safe, not bright enough to trick your brain into thinking it's morning. When you line up these pieces, comfort that supports your body, attention to pain and those jumpy legs, a check-in on snoring and medications, steady movement in the day, and a quiet, dim, cool space at night. You stack the deck in favor deeper, more healing sleep. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're not racing anyone. You're building a kinder routine that matches the wise body you live in now. Take a breath and think about the one change that feels easiest tonight. Maybe it's turning the clock away, dimming the lamps after dinner, or putting that pillow between your knees. Maybe it's stepping outside for morning light tomorrow, or moving your last cup of tea a little earlier. Each small change is a vote for more steady energy during the day and a calmer night when you need it most. If you're nodding along because something here sounds like your life, I'd love to hear about it. Tell me in the comments which sleep mistake you're tackling first, or share a tip that's helped you. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs. And if this was helpful, please tap like so more people can find it, and subscribe for more real-world, age-smart health advice. You deserve to wake up feeling ready, not rushed, not depleted, but ready. Here's to turning your nights into quiet fuel for your days, and to living your best life one gentle habit at a time.